Hi, Strategex family. Today I'm going to give you a training on the Certify expense platform. I'm going to show you how to submit expenses, submit mileage, how to split expenses, some tips and tricks, and also how to avoid some of those common bumps in the road. So let's dive right in. So here we are in the Certify mobile application homepage. Here, I'll just give you a quick walkthrough. In green on the top, we've got the add receipt and add expense. We're going to want to use add receipt if we're submitting our typical expenses. The only time we're going to want to use that add expense is if we're submitting mileage. The top table there has receipts to sync and expenses to sync. If you ever see any numbers in there, you're going to want to go ahead and hit that sync button on the top left, and that's going to sync items to the table below, which is receipts and expenses in Certify. You can already see I've started some expenses and I have 3 receipts in Certify. Certify has what's called their wallet, where they hold your receipts until you're ready to submit that expense report. Just a quick thing here on the tools and support. The receipt resolution here, they give you a few options: high, medium, low, gallery, ask me every time. If you only submit expenses from your photo library, you can go ahead and hit that gallery. That will, every time you submit an expense, that will take you right to your photo library. If you're always taking a picture right on the spot and doing the expense immediately, you can go ahead and hit that high. I personally will toggle between the two. So I have Certify ask me as I'm going to do the expense. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a receipt. I'll just show you here really quick here, gallery. So if you just needed to grab that photo from the gallery, nice and simple there. But we're going to actually go ahead and take a photo. So I'm going to go back to add receipt. I'm going to use that high resolution. I'm going to go ahead and take that picture. I will say the better picture you get, the better the results will be. So just a quick walkthrough here of our expense line items. Client travel, that's going to be anything billable to our clients. Sales and marketing, I know we do some sales and marketing travel. Those items are in here. We've got marketing as well. And then anything else, we're going to go ahead and put in that overhead. We've got our meals, office expenses, our phone and internet bills, and any other mileage and transportation. And obviously, then here we've got our classes. Those are the departments here at Strategex. So what I like to do is I actually like to fill in the department and category, just get those drop downs in there real quick, and then utilize that autofill. So autofill filled in some of that information. I'm just going to go ahead and quickly fill in the remaining information. We're going to actually split this expense, but at this point, if you're going to split an expense, you just want to hit one of the clients now. And then when you're doing your expense report, that's where you'll actually do the expense splitting. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the remaining categories here. Now, if you ever don't see your client in our dropdown, just go ahead and leave a comment in that reason field. Or if you have any other comments, go ahead and leave those in the reason field. And if your client's not here, we'll get that billable to your client, and we'll add that client to Certify. So we're going to go ahead and save. You can see there was a green bar there. Certify was syncing it already automatically, so I can see that receipt is now in my Certify wallet. Let's go ahead and let's do an expense. So we're going to do some mileage here. I'm going to go ahead and select client mileage. I'm going to go ahead and select the client. Now there's to and from. You want to put the address here. Doesn't have to be perfect. You know, I find it Certify works really well if you just kind of add in that street address and the city. No need for zip code, state. Certify is really good at picking this up. If you have a round trip, you can add that and Certify will do the math for you. And now we'll go ahead and map it. I can see here, Certify gave me a little picture at the top. I can see the mileage now that's going to be submitted for this expense, and save that expense. And now I'm ready to do an expense report. So we're going to go here and we're going to go to auto expense report. If you already have a draft expense report and are just adding expenses to it, you can open that draft expense report button there. We're just going to go ahead and do that auto expense report. And this is going to add all of our expenses to an expense report. So I usually do add all items to the expense report, hit next. Here's going to have some fields. You're going to have my expenses, the date range of my expenses. Certify is really good at picking up these fields. I'm going to go ahead and hit next. I see here that I have my 5 expenses. I'm going to go ahead and hit finish. And what this is going to do is it's going to generate the expense report. Now, one thing I would suggest here is on the top right, there's a button called the Cleanup Wizard. What the Cleanup Wizard is going to do is it's going to show you any items that you submitted that need some additional information before submitting this expense report. So let's go ahead and let's click that. So I can see here that I have an item here that does not have the vendor and location. Now, these are IRS required fields. These fields were actually in Abu Kai. If you ever look at those old expense reports, those fields were in there. Unfortunately, Abu Kai was filling in that information for us and not doing a very good job of it. The information was oftentimes inaccurate. And now we're going to go to our expense that we wanted to split. So if you ever need to edit an expense in this expense report, there's a little pencil button there. You can click on the expense you want to look at, and here you can edit any fields necessary. Here there's a blue arrow. This will give you some other options if you need to delete. If you want to hold on to that expense, you can send it back to your wallet. You can split it, which we'll walk through. You can make a copy of it. And we'll go ahead and we'll select that split expense. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the other client that I want this bill to go to. And then you can either put in the amount that you want to go to that client, or you can have it, if you want to just split it 50-50, you can just put in that 50% and Certify will split it 50-50 for you. So then you can just hit save at the bottom. We can see here we have our expenses. Now we can see that that expense was split in 2. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to submit this report for approval. We can see here our total. It's all reimbursable. We can see our total. At the bottom, there's a little checkbox to certify that the information that you have submitted is accurate and true. And then we're going to go ahead and hit submit. you can see at the top there in green, your expense report has been submitted. Now you can go ahead and go return to the home page. That'll just take you to the Certify home on the web. Once you've submitted that report, you're all good to go. If you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns while using the application, please feel free to reach out to Karen and myself. We are more than happy to assist you. Thanks for listening to the training, and I hope it is helpful as you're embracing change and learning this new certified platform.